Can you guys hear me and see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry about the short notice. I wanted to announce that I am beginning to transition into retirement, and I would like to introduce you to Christine Ware, who will be assuming the new role as administrator, and that will be effective July 1st this year. I will still be here working as administrator consultant, be working to help Chris transition into the job. Over the next coming months, my hours will be reduced and there will be some restructuring due to my departure. So there will be some changes, but my staying on, I'm hoping, will help to with the continuity of what we do here until Chris is feeling confident in her new role. And I know she'll do a great job. So a little bit about Chris. Chris has worked for BRHD since day one, 28th, 2006. She's held a number of different roles over the years, most recently our nurse manager. Chris has also attended the mandatory ministry administrator training, and she also has many years of management experience. So thank you, Chris, and welcome in your new position. And you've been a family member here for a long time, and we think that's great. So please, if there's further transition and further changes, we'll keep you posted. So I'm going to ask Chris just to talk a little bit about the staffing. So just to bring you up to date, because I know we haven't had a meeting in a while.
Yeah. So the nursing staffing is looking much better. We have hired on between agency and Bob Rumble, we have hired on 4 new nurses. So you will see some new faces out on the floor, but as they become familiar with routines and your family members, things should roll along pretty smoothly. The number of PSWs has maintained itself. It has improved, but we are always looking for more to join us. One of the main reasons lately for the PSWs leaving, it seems to be a lot of them are moving out east. So it's just a little tidbit. For the students that we have in our home, right now, today was the last day for the PSW students to be here. They finished up, and the PSW students will be returning in the fall.
Chris, how many students did we have?
For this last group, we had 7 students. So for our home, they were spread out across 4 wings. So they did help out a lot. They're there and they're able to give them your loved one a little bit extra care. I saw some of them doing nail care and just sitting with residents and talking with them. So it is nice when they're in the home. For students, we do have one practical nurse. She is doing her clinical here, and she'll be with us until August 18th, working alongside one of our full-time RPNs. We also have co-op students that we invite in for the year, and unfortunately they're wrapping things up as it's the end of the elementary and high school years. So we won't have co-op students coming again until the fall. We do have another initiative, Canada Summer Student Jobs. So from that initiative, we have hired on 6 students for various roles within the home. One will be working with our maintenance man to help with the grounds outside and any sort of maintenance. We have 2 students that are from the or have been hired on for programs. We have one that will be working at the administration desk, helping out there, and we have 2 resident care assistants that will be working out on the floor alongside the PSWs. So that's my update for the staffing report.
Thank you. A couple of other things I wanted just to mention. Just a reminder that the masks in the home are still required. You can remove your mask when you're in your loved one's room, but please remember to put it back on if you're coming back out and walking down the hallways. There will be a COVID vaccination clinic next week on the 28th. That will be hosted by Public Health. And so they'll be administering vaccines to those residents who we've received consent from. So if you haven't heard anything yet, we will be reaching out to you to see if you want your loved one to have the vaccine. An update on the work on the HVAC system. We're looking at probably the commissioning of the HVAC system on August the 15th. Meanwhile, our staff will have training on the new system. It is I'm going to say it right, building automation system. So it will all be on a computer, and you can even access it, I understand, by Bluetooth. So what will happen is we can monitor it on a regular basis. Our building contractor would be around for the special maintenance, like changing filters or whatever. Our guys will be trained in sort of the day-to-day stuff. So we're looking forward to that, because today we're actually sitting just in the back administrative hallway with no air conditioning, and we're all melting. But the good news is the residents are all comfortable and the AC is working for them. So there's just some hiccups, which one can expect whenever you have this kind of big job happening. So I'm looking forward to the day when they're all gone and everything is working well. And I just wanted to mention, I know that Jen Pelon had put it in, had sent you in mailing about the increases to home accommodation charges. This is decided by the Ministry of Long-Term Care. The last couple of years, because of COVID, there have been no increases to accommodation rates, but this year, as of July 1st, the rates will increase. So the basic rate will go up to $65.32 per day. For those residents that can afford that, always remember that if you can't afford the $65.32, that the Ministry of Long-Term Care does provide a subsidy for that individual. It's private has gone up is now $28 a day on top of the $65.32. So now you're looking at paying for a private room $2,838.49 a month. And that will stay that way probably until next July. And we don't know what the ministry is going to decide. But if you have any questions around that, Jen Pilon would be the person to talk to, or myself or whatever. So that's really all I have to say today. So I don't know if there's any questions, but I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any. There's no whispering happening, so I'm not sure. It must be something else. Derek's just going to check the background noise. So Derek's checked. I'm not sure where the background noise is coming from. It's very quiet in here, so I'm sorry. It must be a technical issue. Yeah. Oh, and hi to Amy. We don't get to see her very often. She's remotely interpreting for us today. If there are no more questions, then I guess this meeting is done. If you think of something afterwards, please get in touch with us. Happy to answer questions, resolve issues. Oh, it's stopped. The noise has stopped. Good. Excuse me. That's good. Okay. So I hope you all have a great summer, unless there's some big announcement, which we're really hoping for in terms of masks. We probably won't have another meeting until the fall, but we stay ever hopeful that the masks will be lifted so that the residents can actually see their caregiver's face. So, okay, that's it.